What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Black Men Unfiltered Network. Get your popcorn ready. Ladies, get your glass of wine together right now. Sip it, because we're about to take you on an emotional journey that you've never been on in your life. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be mad, you're going to be happy, you're going to agree, you're going to disagree, and that's what Black Men Unfiltered is about. We want all of you to have a voice, and this is the place where voices are heard. So thank you guys, because we're going to have the conversations that nobody else wants to have, and we're going to come to a medium, we're going to come to solutions, or we're going to agree to disagree, but you're in the right place to do it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I want to introduce you guys to all the shows that's on the network coming up on this next slide. Peace!
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome in to the 1-in-1 Sports Show, Black Man Unfiltered Network, man. Appreciate Black Man Unfiltered for this platform, man. I am Dante.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Shawnee.
What's going on, Casey? I see you in the comment. Black man, what's up, family? So I mean, obviously with sports going on right now, we basically at the good part of the playoffs because we got rid of some of the filler, with the first round and everything, and the teams that need to get gone. And we just dealt with the NFL draft. We didn't touch much on it last week. So now that that was the eve of the draft last Wednesday. So now that the draft is fully completed, we're gonna start off there. And so Shani, how you want to do it, man? You want to start off with the good grades, or you want to start off with the notable teams and what happened?
Let's start off with the grades. Because I think with this draft as a whole, because there wasn't a lot of big popular names, that were drafted, many people may, come up with the assumption that it was kind of like a average draft. I wouldn't really go that far. I think this draft was really a draft that many teams focus on their needs. It wasn't really how the Cowboys did that when they got Lamb, when there's just like a good player that was available. So they kind of went away from their board. At least I can't say that 100%. I didn't ever see their board. But at the time, receiver wasn't our main need
at all.
But because a player was, highly looked at, they picked the best player instead of getting him for the position. I wish they'll do that more.
Yeah.
But I think just this draft as a whole, multiple teams. Now, there was a lot of trade stuff going on.
Yeah.
A lot of teams going, and that kind of show you how teams kind of felt. And they probably felt that this player would be available later in the draft. So it's like, we're going to save some resources to get them later in the draft. Or they just, freely use it to get more picks. Now, the Texans, they was in a position, they got so much needs. They was just gathering picks from everybody. They need to fill picks so they can fill out all these slots. But as far as the Cowboys, just the NFL in general, a lot of teams, excluding teams that was making all these numerous trades and big trades, which still pisses me off because I still go back to when DeAndre Hopkins was traded, and he was not traded for a first-round pick. And here we go, Hollywood Brown is traded for a first-round pick. So but yeah, for the most part, though, the draft was good. I didn't really watch the Saturday. I was busy running around. But definitely Thursday, I caught a little piece Friday. And Saturday, I just basically caught the aftermath once I got notification, hey, here's what your team picked, and went from there.
Jay, I see you popped in, man. What's going on with you?
What's up, Jay? Look like you on mute, Doc.
You on mute, bro.
Sorry about that, y'all. We good now?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, man, I have a safety on that. Sorry about that. But, how you brothers doing tonight?
Man, we're doing good, man.
Fine.
That's what's up. Yeah, I didn't watch the draft, but, man, listen. I don't know if you guys agree with this, but let me say this. Do y'all think the Dallas Cowboys are the most overrated team in the NFL? I just need to hear from y'all.
Overrated from the standpoint of the hype, most definitely. Because it's a hype machine. It's a hype machine that comes about, but it's a double-edged sword. If you need ratings, you put them there, and then they give them the talk. And then as soon as you get drafted, it's like, oh, he's a Cowboy, and they kind of pump it up. It's not done by everyone in the fan base. Like I can say as a fan, I'm definitely one that wants to educate and let people know. Okay. So I'm glad I had this platform to let people know, like, hey, things are like this. Because as far as their draft pick, to be completely honest, I had heard things about the kid that they drafted, Tyler Smith. I had heard about him, and from the draft people I watch, different people I get stuff from because I don't have the access to that film, So I don't have the access for that. So it's just like I kind of get it and go and watch videos and stuff. And for what I heard is he's a physical player. He's a nasty player. He actually is from Fort Worth, and he goes to the same. He graduated from the same high school that my little brother goes to, North Crowley High. So I'm good because as a Fort Worth guy, we don't get a lot of guys drafted and stuff. So
especially that close.
I'm proud of that, and I'm rooting for him.
That's good.
From the standpoint of the process that the Cowboys do. Like I was listening to someone say, "Hey, the Cowboys basically do this. They will pigeonhole themselves in the draft." And like Shani opened the show with CeeDee Lamb, the defender that they thought was going to be there, two players they wanted. AJ Terrell, which at the time, if you take him, he had the stain of the national championship on him, where he was getting beat, but he was getting beat by future All Pros. So it's like, it wasn't that bad. And then Kayvon Chason from that same LSU, that 2019 team, and that guy right now, and I remember people saying, why did they take defense? Do you want Kayvon Chason right now, or do you want CeeDee Lamb? And it's just kind of like your needs today aren't what your needs will be tomorrow. So it ended up working out for them. But this one was more of a need. And I will say this, when the Cowboys took Lamb, that was 16. All the simulations they did not have a simulation for him to be there. So, Sonny, you were right. They never thought he would be there. So they went with the best player. Like, that came out afterwards. In this situation, Jerry with the theatrics was showing the board or whatever. It's like, bro, don't stop. Like, we get it, bro. You drafted for need. And and you can catch more than any team. I know there's a lot of teams you can catch people that are linked to. Some teams are sneakier than others, but everybody knows the other team's needs. All you got to do is pull out a roster. So I don't kill them too much for it, but they knew Sam Williams, the defensive end they took in the second round, that was a guy they were linked to. Now, which is interesting again, they were like, we're staying away from red flag character guys. Hey, man, in 2020, he was suspended from the team because he was charged with sexual battery. Now, it did get dropped, but it was like, you want the clean prospect, but the dude is running a 4.4 at 260. So it's like, it wasn't hard to sell me. It's just that I heard the other people, kind of talking like there were other players available. And it's just like, I think the Cowboys, they got everything from an F from some organizations to like as high as a B. So their grades, somebody gave him an A. Somebody gave him an A. And I was looking up,
that person was.
Like the Texans, they actually did good in my opinion.
Texas. That first overall pick, I gotta see, because unfortunately now with DBs, with Stingley, you the number 3 overall pick, so you automatically gonna be put on the number 1 receiver on the opposing teams. So he's gonna spend a whole lot of Sundays just getting beat. So folks are gonna have to get over that initial shock that this dude is constantly getting beat, and have to be patient with it to actually develop. So, but they had so much picks, and they got 2 more first rounders coming up in the next draft. So the Texans, even though I don't really trust that front office, I was like, okay, I can't really say too much about Cicero because he was a brand new GM and he had the picks now, a whole lot of picks in abundance. Okay, now you got a prime opportunity to put this team, to literally create this team. So we get to judge like real quick on how you place this team because you have so much draft picks, So, but with the Cowboys' first overall pick, I just had the feeling like they spent that first overall pick on a project. Normally, I like to have a first round pick where like, okay, I feel good about him going on the field and having an impact. Now, I know that's hard to say because it's the 24th overall, but usually the 24th overall, you give that to like the Chiefs or the Ravens, they going to pick an impactful player. So just with Smith, it just feels like he was a project. Maybe he could have been available in the second round, like that. So that's my main downfall. Of course, they address some other stuff later in the draft. So
okay.
You on mute, Dante.
Dante, you on mute, brother. Like I was. See, I can joke about myself. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, my team is playing right now.
Who's playing right now? I'll get schedule mixed up.
Today is Miami and Sixers,
the
and then the Suns. And
then
Sixers.
I don't want to say Bucks.
Yeah. And the Sixers, and then it's the Suns. Who are they going against? Mavs.
Yeah.
Yo, the Grizzlies was amazing yesterday. I don't want to get off the NFL thing, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I watched them the highlights because I missed the game last night. But I watched Jim Morant is the nastiest boy. I swear, man. If you don't become a superstar in 2 to 3 years, bro, I'll be tight. I gotta give this man his points. He's really putting on a show. Like his skills is ridiculous.
He reminds me so much of a younger Russell Westbrook. They games are.
He reminds me of a young Dwayne Wade, like the way he would just be moving. And
but Dwayne Wade was Dwayne Wade, especially mid-range, was a better shooter mid-range.
Okay,
Morant and Westbrook, they games when they was young was just at the rim. They just used that athleticism. We just going to kill you without athleticism. Rose was like that, but Rose was kind of like Wade. Rose had a, once he was streaky.
I think he would have been a successor Wade to me, D Rose. I think he had the potential to be almost better. I can't remember it's coming out of my mouth. I'm a huge Dwayne Wade fanboy. But I think D Rose, if he never got injured, similar to Wade, but his injuries is worse. He could have probably been a successor. Like I imagine him floating, getting on.
Was he in his second or third year when he won MVP?
Yeah, he was in his second or third year.
Yeah, he was over there.
He made the Bulls disgusting. Him, Boozer, and everybody.
They gave the Heat trouble. They gave the Heat trouble when they got there.
Even when the big three formed, I was like, yo, these cats is giving that team trouble, bro. I gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room. D Rose is that dude. I actually gave him his brownie points. I was like, bro. But Jay Morant is going crazy, bro. I'm
glad he getting his name recognition.
Yeah, he's getting some recognition. Dante, we still can't hear you, bro. You're still muted, bro. I want to hear Dante. It's just like in your chat right now. Dante, can you hear us?
Them feds coming after him now. They done cut off his mic.
Brother, oh man,
we might have to.
No, we're not canceling the show, bro.
No, we're not canceling. Is that Marcus down there?
What up?
Marcus,
what's up, man?
Yo, Marcus,
man, appreciate you for joining in.
What's up, guys?
We're trying to get back Dante, but so far, the hidden man, the technology man, whoever they put that boy on mute. We can't get him back.
Oh yeah. Well, how you guys doing? What's up, Jay? What's up, man? What's up, Shawnee?
What's up, man?
So what you guys talking about?
We was talking about the
NFL draft.
And then before Dante had some technical issues, so we just kind of temporarily hopped onto the NBA playoff.
And that's my bad because I wanted to stay on the NFL.
No, you're good.
For a minute.
So because that's more current right now, and how the younger superstars are getting their shines, in particular John Morant. John Morant,
bro. My God, I'd be surprised if this man makes.
That guy's a beast.
I'd be surprised. I gotta be surprised because I think
he's hungry, bro.
Yeah, he really is. Like I think let's be real. I think he wants it really better than the Warriors do. And I don't shit on the Warriors at all, but I think this man really is hungry for a freaking championship.
It's gonna be a big test.
I'm gonna be real. If they beat the Suns, I got the Grizzlies in. Screw my team.
Well, I will say this: they can make it to the finals, but they're not gonna win the finals because Giannis or the Celtics. That's the only team that's gonna win the championship from the East. Either the Celtics or them, and if so, the Heat. It's like if the Grizzlies make it, then it's gonna be one of the Eastern teams gonna make it. Either the Heat's gonna win it, or the Bucks are gonna win it. I'm calling it.
I mean, for me, here's my thing. I don't think there's anybody on my team that is on the level of Jay Morant, bro. Even as much as I love Butler and he does his stuff, I can't see this brother outscoring Jay Morant. Like, I don't see nobody.
But sooner or later, his body will give out. He's gonna be tired. He's gonna get tired. Watch. He's gonna be carrying that team. There's gonna be so much. That's too much for him. He's too much for him right now.
The only thing I worry about John Morant.
His
game right now is y'all could say
a physical toll on his body.
Yeah,
I can hear you. I can hear you, bro.
Yeah. That's the only thing I worry about him. It's just, I hope, because you saw it happen with D Rose. Fortunately, Westbrook was able to avoid it when he had that injury.
Some miracle he avoided it. Yeah.
But John Morant is our modern. He's our modern Allen Iverson.
His game is so
very similar to Allen Iverson.
Athleticism. If any injury comes to him, it could just derail his career because I hope that don't happen to him because it's a good player.
I would say he's a combination of not to cut you off, brother, but I say he's a combination of he's a combination of people say Allen Iverson. I mean, there's two players that play like Allen Iverson to me. Jay Morant is one of them, and Dwayne Wade because how their handles, their movements. I think Jay Morant is a combination of D Rose and Wade. I would say that because of how he moves, facilitates things. And also, the man can get into a paint a lot. Like, he does a lot of spin moves. Y'all notice that? He does a lot of what's too many spin moves.
What he
guess what? He be catching his team off guard.
Jordan Poole last night? What he did to Jordan Poole last night. Like,
It was nasty, bro. That was nasty.
Dude, like, and man, Black Man said talk about Golden State don't win it all, man. I don't know if they get past this series, I don't think nobody's beating the Suns out west.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, Black Man, I love you, bro, but your Golden State Warriors ain't beating the Suns, and honestly, I'm about to be real, bro. Listen, I love Curry, bro. I gotta go against Curry right now. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I love this nigga. I love this nigga, J. Morant, bro. Grizzlies probably
got Grizzlies
okay. No. That's a 6 to 7 game series. I don't give a damn.
Pick. Because if you haven't noticed, this postseason, as much as everybody talks about, they get tired of the NBA talking about the same team, LeBron, all the
LeBron and the Lakers.
It is
Golden State
Warriors. It's the new guard. So I'm picking. I'm going on a whim. I'm picking a new team. I'm picking Memphis. I mean, before I knew exactly what was going to go on with Joel Embiid, I picked them to edge out the Sixers. I mean, the Heat, because with the Heat, it's like they don't have that one guy that's like, I'm going to get him the ball. Like, yes, I have the 6th man of the year. Normally with the team with the 6th man of the year, you have another guy and he comes in with the star.
Another guy with the main guy with the star. And and they have 3 guys that can facilitate that team.
Like, man, they lost the first game by 1, and then that game last night was close. And if Gary Payton II is not healthy, I don't know if you saw Klay Thompson. Keep Klay Thompson off Ja Morant, please. Because it's like, I don't want to see the guys at that level. I don't want to see them at the end like this. And it's just like, hey, bro,
and they get dunked on by young
blood. He's hitting the 3, and then when he gets into the lane, he's spinning and flipping through him, and it's just like, and I'm telling you, it's 2-0. If that play that he ran that play and they won it against Minnesota. If they run that same play and he just passes the ball back to Brandon Clark, that's a wide open dunk. Mm-hmm. And the series is 2-0 right now. But if it was a 5th, you know how they say that. So, but going back to what I was talking about what was in the headline, we was talking about the chippiness. The chippiness, I love it from the standpoint of, hey man, this is playoff basketball. And then with Draymond Green, he has the reputation. And like, yes, Draymond, you've kicked people in the groin. You've done all this crazy stuff, and then you grab the jersey. What's up, Primal? And so
Primal Studies, I love you, bro. I'm glad you're here.
And then for the fact of what Dylan Brooks did, it was like, bro, you just basically look like you just beat him up in the head. Like, it looked worse than what it was.
Brooks, because he made no play for the ball.
It was a dirty flagrant. Yeah.
But when you had what Draymond did, so it's another flagrant, and then Steph told him this is about to be the most physical game of the season. Few seconds in, boom, that happens. Draymond get hit in the face. Like, Steph was bleeding. Like, hey, man, this is, by the end of it, it's going to get real bad. But I ain't going to lie. I enjoy Memphis when they beat teams, them playing whoop that trick. I enjoy the hell out of that. I'm not going to lie. They
actually, I don't know who
they like that. They like that wife beater song? They like that wife beater song?
I don't know. I forgot who the commentary team was doing the broadcasting yesterday. But he said that, I think, who was it? It was Grant Hill calling the game yesterday.
Grant Hill?
It might have been Grant.
Because they made they made a comment. They made a comment about when the other guy mentioned it on the call. He started laughing. He's like, I'm surprised, man, you said that on the air. Talking about whoop that trick. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah, man.
The only thing that they needed was Terrence Howard to come out saying, boom, boom, boom.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
This series is fun, man. Like, this is the second series in a row where it's fun. And then, like I know what's the name is a troll, and I normally don't give trolls attention, but I saw Pat Bev was like, man, we played them. They didn't put 47 on us.
Don't you shame Draymond. Don't you shame Draymond. He's the Shrek of the team. He's the Shrek of the team. Leave him alone.
Yeah, and it's like
he's a fucking troll.
It's a good point, but Gary Payton II being out, we saw that effect, man, and it was bad. Like, Ja got whatever he wanted. The only thing I would say is the Grizzlies can keep getting out rebounded, and I know they're gonna play them off the floor with the small lineups.
Wait, who keeps getting out rebounded? Who keeps getting out rebounded?
Golden State be out rebounded.
Golden State.
Hey, guess what? They're the small team. They're a small team.
They have no bigs. Be honest,
exactly, which is why they should be embarrassed. The Grizzlies,
6'5",
yeah,
which is why the Grizzlies should be embarrassed because they're a small team. How are you gonna let the little guys out rebound you?
I know that is bad.
That Steven Adams isn't there. Steven Adams isn't there. And then what's the name plays on the perimeter. Yeah, I'm with you, black man. Draymond is the enforcer, so that comes with it. And I think they need him on the floor. So as long as he doesn't make more,
I love you, black man.
Flagrant fouls, he'll be fine. He'll be fine because they need him out there for the defense. His communication is like when he's that drive, he stopped on Ja Morant late in the game, and they would look like, oh, that's a foul. It's like, nah, bro, he was vertical. He was straight vertical. He stopped you. He stopped you right there. And it's just like, you just got to, pick it up and move on. Then the little plays he make, and I know people always be like, Draymond, they call him, I saw it on the Facebook group, they call him Mr. Triple Single. And they always joke about him. And I was just like, bro, he makes impactful plays. Like what he did the last night when it was Jaren Jackson, his last
I hate him, but he does.
Set the screen, and he knew he was going to try to touch Steph. And he was like, he went out, and then he tried to push through Draymond. It was that one. He pushes through Draymond. Draymond gets a little, sells it a little bit, and all he started saying was bye. They immediately called the whistle because it's like, hey, you need a heady guy like that. Like, and offense-wise, he does free up Steph. He frees
who really needs, but who really needs a Draymond? They're probably at home sipping on chips and stuff and soda. The Lakers.
Ooh.
The Lakers.
Everybody does.
Well, because Draymond does everything. Draymond is literally a Swiss knife, and people, when they look at basketball, they always look at the traditional stats: points, rebounds, assists. Draymond's not going to lead on that, and he doesn't want to. It's not his game. But you take Draymond off the Warriors, you're not going to have the Warriors. This is pretty much, he is their engine.
That's true. He's the heart. He's the heart.
Since they won their first title, going on through. That's why when they after his suspension, when they was up 3-1 against the Cavs, all of a sudden the Cavs came back. He was the primary catalyst of that because he was suspended for a game. But people don't give him his respect. Like I said, they got these nicknames on triple singles and whatnot. Yeah. But that dude, literally, the way he brings to that team is 100% intangible. You removed him, they basically just Golden State, damn the Warriors. But they don't play off. They don't play boys just like they don't get in their spots like they used to. You see Draymond one calling them out, getting them sets going and all that. And literally, if you take him out, it's damn near not as much, but it's damn near like taking out Chris Paul from the Suns.
Yeah, it's
how impactful as far as getting them to organize like that. But he does so much more. And then I'm not even gonna mention the other side of the ball.
But think about the other game. But you gotta think about the next game that I want to transition to real quick, as Boston Celtics and the Bucks. I watched that game too. I could not believe what I saw.
Me too.
I could not believe what I saw.
Hold on. You said you can't believe what you saw in what regard the way they did the Bucks like that?
Yeah. I did not see that coming like that.
It makes sense.
Yeah, not like the first game where Giannis was in control the whole game in the first one, but the second one, these motherfuckers came back with a vengeance.
Nah, black man, they definitely would have won if Draymond did get suspended. But Draymond did kicking people. He doing shit he ain't supposed to do. Like we can't let.
Yeah, man. Your dude is like on some wild shit.
Like we can't let that slide. But nah.
Yeah, man. Remember that Lance Stevenson nonsense that motherfucker did? Like that's who he reminds me of sometimes. Cause like bro be slapping motherfuckers in the face. Like just stop.
Yeah. But now
don't say Ron Artest.
I got the box score right here. Guess how many threes the Celtics hit?
How many?
It was like
they hit 20. They hit 20 of 43. They hit 46% from three. They put up 43 threes.
Shit.
I don't know if that's sustainable for success. Now when you say suspension, black man, the suspension is like it's a certain amount of points for your flagrant fouls.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go back and look it up. He had reached his flagrant foul threshold. Now they could have rescinded it
in the finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
well, throughout the playoffs.
I don't think
in the playoffs they
could have rescinded it. And it was one of them tough type of situations. I mean, I wish they hadn't. I thought it would be.
You talking about the Cavs game, right? When he got ejected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they add I think they got technicals and flagrants, I believe. No, yeah.
Well,
they keep track of them. But
the thing is that like if he would have got 2 flagrant ones, it would have equaled a flagrant 2, and he would have still got suspended. He would have got 2 flagrant ones. However, when I looked at the play, when I saw the play, I would have given him a flagrant 1, and then maybe depending on what he probably would have got a tech later in the game. He probably would have got kicked out. But that's just my opinion.
Against the Grizzlies, huh?
The game 1. Yeah, the game 1.
Yeah.
And then what I would have done after the game ended, just to be petty back to the Grizzlies, I would have whoop that trick as soon as Draymond was in the tunnel right there.
They was already giving him the fingers.
So now I'm with you with the make or miss league, but what the playoffs is telling us though, as it goes on, mark my word, you're gonna see the guys that can get buckets are gonna get buckets, and it's not gonna matter as much as about the 3-point ball. Because Devin Booker, he's just now becoming like a really good guy. He's a guy that can hit from mid range.
I do like Devin Booker.
Hit from mid range. And you got players that are in the playoffs right now that are gonna succeed because they're gonna be hitting mid-range shots. So it's not gonna be it's not gonna be all three or nothing. It's gonna get times where it's like, I'm taking the three away. What are you gonna do? And I just don't see the Celtics getting 46% from three, hitting 40.
I want to see Luka Doncic explode in that Suns series. I better see.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Bro, listen.
Doesn't explode.
Hey, first of all, they have no chance at all. And guess what? You know what's so funny about this? That's a team of tall ass niggas.
No, black man.
No, tall white boys. No, tall white boy.
No. I should have corrected it.
No,
they're not tall, but even then, like, dude, they're getting our rebound. They're getting. They're falling into freaking the Phoenix Suns pace. That's what that is. And Chris Paul and Devin Booker know how to mediate this shit because they know if one of us goes off, they can go off and you can take care of shit while I rest up, and then we switch up. DeAndre Ayton, like, he follows off of.
That's the weakness right there. It's really Ayton versus the lack of inside size for the Mavs. That's why Ayton was eating as much as he was.
With Dwight Powell and
wait, that's why Ayton was what?
Nah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. Dwight Powell, he can't stay with Ayton. And then who you gonna put out there? Who else gonna? What's his name? Boban.
You're gonna see Boban in this series. I promise you. You're gonna see Boban. And when you see
Boban, might as well stay at half court.
When you see Boban, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. It's over. As soon as you see Boban, it's over.
They making a declaration right now about Boban.
I need to see more Boban commercials than Boban in a minute.
The moment that Boban came out the moment that Boban came out on John Wick 3, that's when his career was going down the hill.
Boban can have some mismatch problems against certain teams, but against Ayton, no.
Bucks coming
Ayton will chew him up.
It's a finals rematch. I'm calling it. Finals rematch.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be real. I want the Bucks to whip that ass again, and I want them to go on crying.
I heard somebody say this, and I agree with. It's
the Bucks don't want it.
And Heat is gonna be the Bucks and Heat is gonna be a modern series with a 90s feel. It's gonna feel real 90s when they play. Because the way the Heat play, y'all got PJ Tucker facing his old team. You got the bad blood of y'all when the Bucks were ascending and Giannis was back-to-back MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and the bubble. Y'all really should have swept them 4-1, and then they come back the next year.
We did sweep them niggas. That was crazy.
In the conference finals, what do you mean? It's gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of flagrants.
Well, I want the match because it's a revenge match. That's what I want. It's a revenge match.
Whoever wins it,
because they swept them last year. And then Bucks swept them this year, and then not this year, but last year. So it's like kind of get reminded. I want to get back to where they want to go to prove if they beat the best out of there, they'll come out better. But the thing is, for me, I've heard Marcus made 2 proclamations already. You really believe there's not going to be a winner in the finals out of the western side? I'm talking about when the finals happen.
If there is, it's going to be either Golden State or Memphis. But Memphis, because they don't have the experience.
Why not the Suns?
Because the Suns, man, you saw last year in the finals, they choked. They were up 2. And on top of that, now you got Devin Booker dealing with injuries. And on top of that, he still has to go through it. I don't think did he play for game 1?
He played yesterday.
Yeah, he played,
but he wasn't at 100%. He was not at 100%.
They still won regardless.
And guess what? Guess what? Last year, Devin Booker was at 100%, and they choked. They choked.
Chris Paul choked.
No. Devin Booker, and
Dante. Hold on. I will be a defender of this.
No, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. And I know we didn't have a show at that time. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna be like Devin Booker gets all the praise and the love. Devin Booker should have been Finals MVP. Then when the series is over, I mean, Chris Paul choked. Whoa.
No.
Putting up a lot of shots and getting a lot of misses. And what besides making shots, Devin Booker does not really provide a list. Chris Paul is the reason why they're in the playoffs and in the finals in the first place.
I would say they play off each other. That's what I would say.
So that's what I'm saying.
Because no. Because that one game, that motherfucker was trying to be fancy and he turned over the ball so many times. I came at Chris Paul for that shit. Devin Booker didn't do that bullshit. That was that nigga. That's why I got mad at him, because me and my father was watching that game last year. I remember that. And then my father called his ass.
You watched the first 2 games when they won? But guess what? The next 4 games? Lost. I mean, guess what? Bucks chip.
Can we be honest about it? Can we be honest?
And listen, I don't hate Chris Paul, Dante. I'm mature now. I don't hate that Paul.
Like, man, I like that. What you're saying with the Suns and the Cowboys thing, it's not quite the same because the Suns.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that the Cowboys.
They're not the perennial team with the hype or whatever. But what I will say
Cowboys
is,
got the first round.
What I will say is, while I pick the Bucks, it could be a coin flip. It could be a coin flip between them and the Bucks when they get there, because we don't know how healthy Chris Middleton is going to be. Obviously, Booker is more healthy than.
Oh wait, is he?
Because he's playing. Yeah,
Dante, is Chris Middleton good to play?
No, he is not playing the series. He's already been ruled out for the series.
Wait, for the series or for the whole season?
Yes. No, just for the series.
Just the series, so he can come back. So
he can come back. Yeah, he can come back. But then my thing is, if you missed that much time, how healthy are you? Exactly. And you're a defender. So that's one reason why.
That's the first I'm hearing of it.
Here's the difference. And here's the difference between Chris Middleton and Joel Embiid being out. Joel Embiid is the number 1. He's the face. He's the carrier of the franchise. The Sixers.
He's the face.
Middleton is not. The Bucks could be okay without Middleton, because Middleton doesn't need to have a great game. A lot of times when what's his face, Giannis is a great game, Middleton don't really have great numbers when they get the dub. He really doesn't. He has under subpar 20 points, and that's when they get the dub. He doesn't need to be a guy that's always scoring so much, even if he has a bad game. So I still think the Bucks will be okay because they got Giannis.
Holiday.
Yeah, like I said,
I'll be telling folks, Middleton is the Bucks closer. It's not Giannis.
Yeah, he is.
Giannis was referred to Middleton because of Middleton's shooting capabilities.
What about Drew?
And of course, when they go to the free throw line, because once Middleton gets going, that dude is as hot as anybody in the NBA. So Giannis will get after him, because you already know towards the crunch time, they're going to keep fouling Giannis. So you see Giannis, as soon as he get the ball, he's looking for Middleton. And that's why Middleton a lot of times have better he will put up better stats in the second half traditionally, because he's the closer. But my thing is, going back to the multiple points we made earlier.
Fuck you, Marcus.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever.
The whole Bucks Celtics series. Like, my whole thing is, when you're the road team, your main priority is to split it.
Gotta get
that goes for the Bucks, and that also goes for the Warriors. Both of their teams split it. Now the Warriors, I think the Warriors going to win the next 2 games at home. People forget how dangerous that team is.
Yeah, they're like Seattle. They're like the Seattle Seahawks. That's the best way they could probably.
When he hits those threes, when him and Clay hits those threes, that crowd gets so amped up.
Bro, when Curry pump fakes, they start roaring.
It's the new one. It's the new spot, and we have
Oracle, because the whole design and whatnot. They made this stadium, they made it bigger so it affects the sound.
I'd put it 3-1 for sure.
Wait, Dante, you talking about the court?
Yeah, they in the new. They in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's like Seattle Seahawks.
They built a new stadium for them, so now it's bigger than the Oracle. Oracle was a little bit smaller, more intimate. So when that crowd base got going, it affected everybody on the other side.
Wasn't winning.
Exactly. Right. And
a new stadium.
They can still get like that, but it's just
it depends.
Naturally, you put them in a bigger venue, it's just not going to sound the same with the smaller venue. Yeah.
And then as far as shooting wise, they're not a great 3-point shooting team like they used to. They can still shoot it. They're good, but it's like Jordan Poole has come along. But the one thing that nobody really wants to talk about,
Jordan Poole's a baller.
He's a baller. Nobody wants to talk about. Hey man, Clay is not. It's expected, bro. He
missed like 2.5 years.
Used to be. So it's kind of like we got to lean on Steph. We got to lean on Poole. and it's going like that. But I don't know. I don't know how much they're gonna be able to do when they go back to San Francisco, but we're gonna see. Now, one thing I did want to say is speaking on the Heat, man, y'all are up at 8 at the half. Hey man, James, y'all might be putting the death nail in James Harden, man. He might be cooked, bro. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, that was one of the topics we was gonna get into.
Bro, it's bad. Like that game one, it was just like, hey, bro, what? Come on, man. Like we understand it. Like I was like, hey, it can work because even if he's diminished, you got Embiid. But when Embiid is out, you're the number 2 guy. You got to step up and be number 1. Now we don't have to get James Harden 100% James Harden.
Suns are going to beat Dallas with ease. I actually agree with these dudes. Like, I'm sorry. Honestly, the Jazz should be facing the freaking Suns, not the freaking Mavs, man. The way they got their ass beat, I was just like, no.
No, the Mavs.
Like, bro, they were hit that whole game. It was like a regular postseason game, like a regular NBA game to me when I watched it.
What do you think, Poppy? Shout out, Poppy. Surviving Poppy Blanco. What up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Which series we talk about right now? Y'all wanna talk about
the
Grizzlies Suns?
The Grizzlies and the Golden State.
And then we brought up right before that one.
Hey man,
the whole James Harden thing.
Yeah. I think my man Dante and Shani owe me an apology, bro, because I said last week that Ja Morant is a superstar, fam. That man is growing in front of your eyes, bro.
And what I found it funny, people come with this superstar stuff after one game performance.
Hey, I need a little more.
Yeah, that's our label, man. You got
the most improved player. He got the most improved player. That kid got what? 2 years in the league. That kid is special, fam. The only thing I'm worried about Ja Morant would be, usually in the NBA, small players don't last. That's my only concern. He reminds me a lot about when I was little, when I was Allen Iverson. He reminds me of him so much.
Everybody says that. Allen Iverson.
But the reason I say Ja reminds me of him because small player, even though that Allen Iverson could have lasted a whole lot longer because Allen Iverson used to just party a lot. How tall? Ja is about what, like 6'3", maybe 6'2", 6'3".
Like 6'3".
Yes. So technically,
they lie on the chart. 6'2".
If they say 6'3", most likely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. If they say he's 6'3", most likely he's like 6'1.5", maybe, because the NBA is always giving that extra 1.5 2 inches. The man is a monster. I got Golden State coming out of that series, but that series is gonna be a straight up dog fight. See what I'm saying?
It has to be.
It's because of him. He dropped 47 yesterday on him.
He dropped 47.
And Steph, he doesn't have. Steph's not known for defense. So, and they usually used to put Klay Thompson on the whatever point. And like the West, you usually got the best point guards in the league. So they usually used to have Klay, but you got to remember Klay just coming out of Achilles injury, ACL injury. He cannot guard the little guys no more, bro. You ask that man too much. So now they asking Steph. Steph is not known for defense.
They got Jordan Poole and they got Gary Payton II.
Nah, but Jordan
Payton II. I love that.
He's out of there.
He got hurt early in the game, and that was the impact.
Yeah, he broke his. Yeah, he broke his elbow, so he most likely done for the year.
He done.
My thing is,
I blame Dylan Brooks, man. So what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that was a dirty play. That was a dirty play.
It was dirty.
Yeah,
because I looked at the play. It was dirty.
The thing I have about the play, that play, bro, it was unnecessary because it was like what 2-3 minutes into the game. Like, come on, bro. Like that play wasn't gonna define the game like that. You went up across the man's head like that, bro. He literally intended
to make no play for the ball. My thing is that series, though.
Hey, Lance Stevenson.
The Warriors lost by 5, going 7 for 38 from 3. Now, do you expect that team?
That's not going to happen again.
And then you have Morant going off the way he did. the Warriors could have made 2 more 3-pointers, then we'll be talking about a whole different thing. They could have been going back home 2-0. So if you expect the Warriors to shoot with all them 3-point marksmen they have, damn shooters, they just marksmen. And you expect them to shoot was 18% from the 3. If they would have just made 2 more 3-pointers, we possibly would have had a different outcome in this game. So, and it's the same thing that goes back, Dante, when you was talking about the Bucks Celtics. That's why I don't put that much. Like they say, the Celtics did what they had to do. They protected home court, but it was already split. But if you expect the Celtics, see, I can almost, especially if Steph gets hot, I can see the Golden State Warriors doing what the Celtics did in Game 2. I could actually see that because they got the ability to do that on a regular basis. You don't have Boston don't do that. So they made 23s. Usually if a team makes 23s, okay, you got this game. It's just one game. We go back home. Now you got to come back to our spot. So, and then you'll see, I haven't seen how Milwaukee's shooting was, but if they lost like that, I don't think they were shooting great neither. So you got the game of extremes. So when it comes down like that, with the Bucks and the Celtics, I'm like, hey, Celtics, you protected home field on a hot shooting night. Go back and do it again. Let me see something. So I don't really put too much weight on that game. Can they do it in the Bucks place? I'm wondering.
That's the thing. The Bucks don't lose a lot on their home floor, and I think that Giannis, as we saw, like I know earlier we was dogging the Suns. That's not dog the Suns. I always say sometimes
I'm not dogging the
Suns. Team too much.
Marcus was dogging them.
What Giannis did is he figured them out.
Yes, I was.
Giannis took 2 games to figure them out, and then after that, that's what a superstar does. So probably like you say, I'm not still gonna give it to him, but if he figures it out and he wins this series like 4-1 or something, then I might have to give it to him because I don't give it out early, but you damn sure had to give it to LeBron when he did what he did to the Pistons in 2007. So it's just like if he has something like that, I'll give it to him. I will. I truly will give it to him. But I need to see more. I need to see a little bit more.
From who? From who though, Dante?
He's talking about Morant to later as a superstar.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, I gotta give Morant his credit because
he give us credit.
No. I know, but there's a difference between being an all-star and then a superstar, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's a big difference. Right now, he's in that middle. He's in the in between. Even though nobody is really carrying the franchise, he is the franchise for now. That's why they put all that money on him. So, hopefully he's not going to be like Allen Iverson where he gets the injuries. But unfortunately, because he drives in the paint. Yeah, unfortunately, because he drives in the paint.
I love you, promise studies.
He's going to be clashing. He's going to be clashing bodies. And that's the difference. And that's what's going to hurt because now he's going to be carrying all the load. He's the smallest guy on the court. All the big guys are going to be coming after him. If you notice in the paint, they're putting 3 or 4 bodies in the paint just so he can hopefully not score. He's still getting the buckets, but unfortunately, his body will wear and tear. And those legs, those knees, that cartilage will catch up to him.
What's going on?
I believe with to close about Ja Morant, I believe since in today's NBA, nobody play defense like that. So, like, you barely see a hard foul. So, I believe if I had to put money on him, I think he will last. But that's my only concern, like just health. Because usually, if we go by the history of the little man, especially he's a point guard, they usually don't last when they got that kind of style of game. But it's even that style. He always driving. He always trying to impact. He trying to terrorize people.
You going to the bucket even in the league. I know people like, it's not the league of the 80s and the 90s, and I'm to be honest, I don't really want that because that wasn't the style of play. Like we need like an in between. But just the bodies inside where you going up against guys 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", and you going and trying to yam on them, and it's
300 pounds.
You're gonna fall down. You're gonna get hurt. If he can just keep it and just come in and maybe sometimes come in and hit him with the floater. Obviously, the easiest thing is the jump shot to be better. I'll say this: forget the jump shot from the outside. Get the mid range. Like I know, I feel like it's gonna be a market correction. Everybody's so far on 3-pointers. Eventually, you're gonna be like, look, hey, analytics might, and I like analytics. It might not say this is the most efficient shot, but they're giving me space. They're stopping me from getting to the rim, or they're trying to get me and stop me from taking away the 3. If he takes 2 dribbles in and takes, he takes a mid-range jumper and he starts hitting those, then they're forced to make another correction and be like, hey, we got to do something different against them, and it opens it up for everybody else. That can extend his career as well. But man, I keep looking up at this Heat series, and it's like, man, if the Sixers aren't gonna do better by game 3 when Embiid, and I know that's a lot of pressure to put on him, I really want to fast forward that series because then it's like it's not much to talk about other than, hey man, James Harden, bro, you didn't take care of your body, bro.
Man, I'm gonna speak on that James Harden thing, man, because
yeah, I'll speak on it because
fear the beard
with him what he did with the Rockets. Like I said, I think I mentioned it last week. Like I didn't mind him requesting a trade. I guess once he saw D'Antoni and then I forgot the GM name, Morey. Once he saw both of them all the way out from Houston, he was like, okay, my time here is done. Let me switch teams. I have no problem if you want to demand a trade. But what happened to him was because originally the owner said, nah, man, you're not going nowhere. So Harden wanted to take it upon his hands a step further and just come in the camp and just start all hell out of shape. And, he's a professional athlete, so he can get himself back into shape a little bit, when he wants to. But that moment right there, because I say Harden was never really known as an injury-prone player.
Never.
When he decided to make that
last
decision,
week, yeah.
when he made that decision, he went to Brooklyn. Next thing his hamstring gave him trouble. And he has not been the same player since that injury. So I'm like, Harden, you force your way out, 2 teams. I can kind of see why Brooklyn was just screwed up. But but it's still on his record. He got himself out from 2 teams. And
shit, he would have been knocked out within.
Yeah, so now you on the team now. When he got there, he was like, okay, he was the man in Houston. Then he had to kind of defer, I guess, to Durant and even to an extent Irving in Brooklyn. And he was doing a pretty good job with that. And
when he came to Brooklyn, he was killing.
Yeah, he was doing a good job, but they was just so screwed up, and then injuries took place on that one last year. This year, it was just
that was crazy.
But then he was like, he came to Philly. Okay, I'm gonna play off of Embiid, but you can play off of Embiid, but Harden now you got more of a green light than you did in Brooklyn because you had 2 killer perimeter dudes, and so you got an inside dude, and then
technically one because he never. Let me correct you right there. Technically, he played with Durant because the Irving was like a part-time player. They barely played together. They play like they. I saw the stats. I was like,
you look at the total games, how much they played. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That whole Brooklyn thing was just screwed up. I call that the greatest team that never was.
Yeah,
that's what I call Brooklyn.
I know
all these killer talents, but you don't know what the hell happened to him. But when he got to Philly,
New Jersey Nets. Gotcha.
Yeah, when he got to Philly, they need him to be more like Houston Harden, even if Embiid was playing.
Actually.
Yeah,
because that give you a legit. Now you got to depend on Maxey, who's a good player, but Maxey shouldn't be on your level.
Not yet. Not yet.
You are. Maxey should be supporting y'all too when y'all doing y'all thing and giving teams hell. Because now you got a third option.
I hit it.
But now you got Embiid, if he was healthy, number 1. Hell, Maxey is number 2, and then Harden number 3. And Harden is so out of place.
It's a shame, man, that like so much talent and you just did yourself like
potential.
That. And then now
that's what I was saying.
It's time.
Is Tobias Harris hurt? Is he hurt?
No, he's playing.
No, but Tobias Harris.
Okay, so I need to put. We need to put missing posters because I cannot find where Harris is at. Where is his game at? Because I can't find no damn missing posters for his game. You need to post them up.
When he wants
Here's the thing.
Tobias Harris, bro.
He's gonna come in and out. He's gonna come in and out. That's what he does. Even though he got the coach Doc Rivers, that's gonna get the most out of him. And it's just like, even though, like I'll say this about the NBA and a lot of things. When it comes to sports franchises, sometimes you look at a guy and you see the contract and you expect a certain thing, but then sometimes you have to look at it and say, the contract says this, but my eyes tell me what? Oh, Tobias Harris, although he has a max for his salary slot or whatever, he's not that guy. So don't look at the salary. Just know the years of production at certain times, he's better.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Better when you push him down, and he would be better if Harden did his job. So no disrespect to I'm not letting Tobias off the hook, but James Harden, like this is an utter failure.
You know what it is?
Your guy is
he
out
canceled.
2 games,
listen, James Harden is depressed because he canceled his DoorDash, he canceled his Grubhub, he canceled his Uber Eats. That's why he's depressed right now because he can't rely on the goody food right there.
Man, I think his body is just his body might be done. Like, there's no reason to have 13 shots in game 1. Like, bro, they need you. They need you to go.
But where his bucket's going in?
Like said, his body is not. His body is like he. I don't know what he's gonna have to do, but he's gonna have to be one of them guys that takes maybe a couple of weeks off, and then he'll have to start working on his body for the next season.
But Dante, like I said, man, being a Rockets fan, we've seen this before. Even in the midst of his height and the Rockets, he would give you a hell of a regular season, and it took me a while because I'm not a person who makes like quick judgments on players. Let me see a resume, let me see a trend of this. And with the Rockets, he had some good play. I think in his playoffs with the Rockets, he averaged over 25 points a game, I believe. But he was not coming up. He was not coming up big. Some games he did, but he had more where he went missing than he showed up. And then he just had some games. I would never forget that game he had against the Spurs. That dude, he took off to a spaceship and just went to a completely different planet with his game. So what you seeing right now in Philly, I can't say I'm surprised because I seen that in Houston at the height of the Harden experience. So now you looking at people want to say, I want to try to see this Houston experience, this Houston Harden. I'm like, well, hell, it's not really no different. But now you're looking at a Harden who's not physically up there like he was with Houston. Now, you can maybe it's some with the offense because in Houston it was so heavy ISO ball, and that's his specialty. I don't know, but I won't even say that. He still get one-on-one opportunities in Philly, and he just not doing he's just not. So I'm just like, man, Harden, I don't know, man, because what I'm seeing now, I guess because, he got more of a spotlight now because he done forced his way out of 2 teams.
Yeah.
So people are really looking. I'm like, man, this is what he did in Houston.
It could be karma coming back, and I know, like, we wrapped it up here. We got a little bit of time.
He misses his Twinkies.
He needs to leave all that alone. I was gonna give some credit to some teams from the NFL draft. I know we hopped off of that. I was gonna give a team to one team because I know the draft is kind of becoming like the NBA draft because there were trades within the draft, and so I'm gonna add this team. I'm gonna give they draft grade a little bit better because of a move that they made outside of the draft, and that's gonna be the New Orleans Saints. So I know Black Man would be happy about that. I'm giving your Saints a little bit of credit.
Oh yeah, they got Tyrann Mathieu, huh?
Yeah, they signed Tyrann Mathieu this week, and so he's gonna bolster their secondary. But they drafted Chris Olave, who's the perfect complement to go with Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is not the deep threat, so if Michael Thomas, who should be healthy, if he's healthy, you got to remember.
Yeah, that Olave pick was a good pick for them.
Tyrann Mathieu is gonna regret. He's gonna regret being traded to that team.
What'd you say?
Tyrann Mathieu is gonna regret being traded there because his best chance to win another chip was with the Chiefs.
I mean, but the Chiefs let him go and they signed somebody else, so it's not a
Patrick
deal.
Mahomes.
Traded. He was a free agent and he left. And another team doesn't want you.
Did you hear that, Black Man? Did you hear that, Black Man Unfiltered? He's gonna regret because ain't no way he's gonna win on that Who Dat Nation team. Ain't no way.
Yo, man, I love
who's gonna regret. One gonna regret his trade is Hill.
I don't know.
I like that Penning pick though. The guy they took with the Trevor
might be drinking some good vodka.
Was gonna fall to the Cowboys, but that dude, I like this about him. I know his hips are tight as far as like times I've seen him in pass protection. But somebody said something one time where he said, "Why did you hit that player at the end of the game?" And he was like, "Well, I was mad at him. I was frustrated, and I knew nothing happen to me because the game would have been over." So he punched the dude in the face. A dude like that playing football.
They got that mean streak.
In the NFC South, which it can get chippy at times. You're going up against a team like the Bucks. Hey, you need a guy like that going to battle.
Shout out to Don. What's up, Don?
I'm not gonna lie to you and get into the other guys they took, but those top 2 picks, I think Olave is gonna be a home run. I think that's gonna be a home run, and a team that never gets any credit for what they do right. Hey man, you got to get some props to the Jets. The Jets and what they did and what they were able to do with just not overthinking it. They got Garrett Wilson. They got him as a receiver to get to their quarterback, and they got a 4th overall pick. They got Ahmad Sauce Gardner, all-time great nickname. And I ain't gonna lie. It's not a surprise. What the Ravens did, like
the Ravens,
they always have consistent drafts.
They
do.
Always, it's like dog. Like to me, Tyler Smith,
Ray Lewis.
I was cool with him. I was cool with him taking him, but when they took Linderbaum, I thought Linderbaum was gonna go in the second round. For him to go next, if Linderbaum becomes an All-Pro, that's gonna put a lot of pressure because Cowboys fans on social media have seen like they like now. I'll say it about maybe 5-6 years ago. Social media started looking at draft coverage and watching tape, and now you have draft YouTubers and stuff. So the Cowboys know, like, hey, Cowboys fans know, hey, Tyler Linderbaum is a really good player. So if he doesn't work out, if Tyler Smith doesn't work out, that's gonna be kind of rough. And they felt that the Linderbaum kid was too small. And I can understand him being scarred because what's the name was too small. The guy that just went to Miami, Connor Williams, he was too small, and he got powered around a lot.
Connor Williams?
Yeah, he got pushed around a lot. That's why he got so many holding penalties because he wasn't powerful.
That's the thing. They said they let one lineman go because he was known for getting a lot of penalties, and they brought in a new one. Penalties. I'm like,
that's the thing. How are you gonna coach him up and coach these penalties out of him? Because at guard, I'm thinking it might not be his problem as a guard because athletically, you're not placing the same kind of athletes. You said the Chiefs, Chad. Hey man, I don't know if I wouldn't call them that. I wouldn't call them that because the Chiefs actually is a team that
the Chiefs. I put right now. Mahomes is Mahomes, but I put Chiefs in that wait and see category now.
Black man triggered. Black man triggered.
In that division.
That division is tough, man. That division is fire, boy.
They got the best.
It's tough, man. But people
they're losing
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was the dude that put the fear in opposing secondaries.
Yep.
Now Tyreek Hill is going to be the player who's going to regret it because
he's going to regret it.
Because he's stuck with Tua.
At the end of the day, we cannot say he's gonna regret it, man. The man got 120.
He's gonna regret it, Poppy. He's gonna regret it, Poppy.
Hold on, let me finish. He already got a chip. You gotta understand, bro. Like know every player cares about rings like that, and you can just tell. Obviously, Tyree is smart enough to know that he going to Miami. He's playing or he's cashing. Like he's starting one of the grabs because he chased the money. He wasn't chasing the best situation for him to run. He knows Kansas City is way closer than Miami to win a ring. He knows that. You see what I'm saying? So he just choose the lifestyle. Living in Miami is beautiful. Florida is a no income tax state. That plays a lot on this player decision, bro.
Well, I think
you can save $20 million. You can save $20 million. They're gonna
go. Was going to Miami. I don't think because he just went to the Chiefs and say, "Hey, pay me more," and Chiefs like, "No, we're not gonna pay you." And then they also they could have traded him to somebody else.
Yeah,
they could have traded to somebody else. He got lucked up in Miami.
What I will say with them is, I know people like the salary cap can be manipulated because I know a lot of Cowboy fans are buying into the No, we didn't. You can do whatever you can manipulate things to a certain point with the salary cap. What I will say is teams are making a decision. If I'm going to pay a quarterback this much, I don't want to pay my receiver this much. Or if I pay my receiver this much on my quarterback, then there's some other areas.
My defense will be trash.
And what the Chiefs decided was, and with their draft, they took a kid in the second round that I know some scouts really like, especially some of the YouTube scouts, and that's a guy named Sky Moore, and that's a guy that honestly for me, I'm gonna wait around to him. I'm taking him in fantasy because you need to replace those targets that Tyreek lent away. And my thing is with the Chiefs,
nobody can replace Tyreek though.
I still got Kelsey. Now nobody can replace him, but you can't. It's easier to replace the production. From
wait a minute. There's a few receivers. There's a few receivers that can replace Tyreek.
No.
No.
Here we go.
There's a few receivers that are better than him overall than Tyreek Hill in the NFL league.
But
we're talking about what Tyreek brings though.
The danger.
What he brings to
exactly. And so the other top receivers in the league don't bring the game.
There's receivers.
Hold on one second, family. Let me tell you like this, bro. Go back to that play, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. What that man did when he threw that slang into that's one of the elite. People don't understand how hard that play is. They was playing cover 2. and he outraced everybody, bro. He caught the ball in the middle of the field, fam. If whoever know how to play football, nobody on earth is supposed to score on that play, bro. Nobody.
Shocking news. NFL athletes are fast. Shocking news.
No,
Nah,
see,
but
you
he has a different level of speed, Marcus.
But what I'm telling you is, what the man does, bro, is special, fam. Like he can get a slam and take it home, bro. Randy Moss, listen, Randy Moss to me is the best player that ever lived. I mean, the best wide receiver that ever lived.
I love Randy Moss.
Right?
Jerry Rice? Jerry Rice?
Receiver.
Huh? Shit,
Jerry
nigga.
Rice? Jerry Rice?
Randy Moss would run last from Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing with that. And you took me to a total
greatest wide receiver.
I have a good comparison to the Randy Moss, Jerry Rice situation. It's almost like we'll disrespect Jerry Rice. People will say that it's disrespectful for you to mention LeBron James's name and around Michael Jordan's breath. I will say this. Look at it like this. Physically, LeBron is who you would want to pick and draft. Physically, Randy Moss is who you would want to pick and draft if you had just didn't know anything about him, but you saw him run a little bit and you saw their height and body. But with the production that they did, the 6 rings, 6 finals MVPs, you pick Jordan as the better player. And you pick Jerry Rice he played in the 80s when they was running the ball, and he said he racked all them numbers up.
That's my whole argument.
In playoff games, Randy Moss, what was that? The 2001 Giants that just shut them down. Randy Moss and them just went up to the Meadowlands and didn't do nothing. And I've never seen a playoff game in which Jerry Rice just didn't do anything. Like Jerry Rice has a 1,000-yard receiving season on Deion Sanders, which first of all shows they played in the league long enough, but shows that he gave everybody that work. Randy, as physically gifted as he was, it just wasn't what he was. So it's
and then what happened? What happened when he played the Jets? When he was playing against Darrelle Revis and them, locked down, shut down.
That was really
who got shut down?
Magic season though.
Randy Moss.
That season where
who got shut down?
Randy Moss got shut down by Darrelle Revis. But Darrelle Revis cut.
He's Darrelle Revis, bro. What are you talking about? He did it one cash like this, bro. He didn't even bother to bring it down. He caught the ball like this.
He only caught the ball once or twice in that game, Poppy.
Assistant Carter. That's all he needs to do.
That's it. I thought they paid him the big bucks to make more.
And listen, that's when he was with Tom Brady. And this is how I'm gonna get you. That's when he was with Tom Brady, and that season that man broke every record. That was the first time the man played with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No excuses. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. No excuses.
No, Doc Sports. You're correct. You're wrong because remember that year. Wait, Poppy, did he go 18-0 with the Patriots?
18-0.
No. I'm talking about the 2009. I'm talking about the 2009 season. Stop moving the goalposts, Jay, and stop moving the goalposts, Poppy. The 2009 season when Darrelle Revis and them were on the Jets. Who shut who the hell up? Darrelle Revis shut him up.
That was Revis' best
hold on, because Randy only played 1 year. In a few games with the Patriots. That's what people don't know.
No. He played like more than one season with them.
He played 07, 08, 9, and 10.
No. He didn't play no 3 seasons. He played like 1.5, maybe 2, bro. He didn't play 2 seasons, bro.
Do your won Super Bowl with them. I remember that.
Yeah. Somebody do your Googles.
I think 2 years. I gotta go check it out, but I think it's 2 years. But I don't think it's like 4.
He played 3.
Everybody discounts it, but in 2009, when Tom, or was it 8 or 9 when Tom Brady tore his ACL?
2009. It was the 2009 season.
So yeah,
he was gone already.
No, he was there.
Looking at it right now. He was looking at it.
Let's ask Google, man. Forget it.
9 and 10.
Yeah, I'm doing Google right now.
10, they traded him. 10, they traded him in mid-season because he wanted more money.
That's right.
But he played there a couple of years.
And he went with the Niners.
Yeah,
he went with the Niners.
Shut up.
Because he had the
I'm serious. That's where he went. I'm serious.
He had 12. He
went
to the Niners.
I hate every time you bring it up.
Exactly.
This is what. Hold on.
Brendan was a great wide receiver. Regardless.
This is what Marcus is talking about. I don't know if y'all can.
I knew you was
show me.
I was looking for it too.
That is what. See, Revis is basically known for this season right here. Revis shut everybody down. I don't care who he went. Everybody got shut down. Look at the names on this list. That's
you said twice. It says twice. Randy Moss twice.
3, 4, 5. At least 5 Hall of Fame receivers on this list. and you can see all of them he held that year. He held them under 35 yards. Don't even think about the touchdowns.
Eat
This
that.
is the
Eat
season
that.
he's talking
Eat
about.
that.
Revis, so I don't care who went on the other side of him, but this is what Revis really made.
Yes.
This is how Revis. This is basically when Revis Island was born.
Now,
so that's basically when Revis Island was born.
Yeah, that's what they call them, Island Rivers.
Hey, and you're welcome, fam. You're welcome, fam.
I'm gonna mention one thing. And
was Randy Moss on that list?
Close it out.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in the list.
Go ahead, Dante.
Them years with the
go ahead, Dante.
Texans. Who was his quarterbacks?
Oh hell, man! You got
nobody.
Darrell Revis.
He had four. He had Fitzpatrick. You got them. You making me go down the list.
He had the guy from ATL. He had the guy from came from ATL. His name Shaw, something like that.
Matt Shaw.
Yeah.
Matt Shaw.
Was Savage his quarterback ever?
Yes, Tom Savage. Mm-hmm. Yes, and one more.
A bunch of nobodies.
But who you talking about?
Warrior.
I say that point to make this. Hey, bro, DeAndre Hopkins, who is not on the level of Randy Moss, was still putting up all-pro type numbers with bum quarterbacks. So the argument that, hey, well, he had hey, man, there is a little bit of fact of maybe Jerry Rice playing with some of them guys. He helped make them Hall of Famers. And that's my whole point when we go with that argument. Like, as it annoys people as much about Jordan and the LeBron thing, I'm annoyed about and I don't even like the 49ers. I get annoyed about the Moss and Randy Moss thing. I get annoyed by it. Respect the guy's ability for putting him above him and what he did. I think Jerry Rice has the argument of the greatest football player to ever play in the NFL. He's in that discussion.
And my thing is, as we about to get ready to close,
I can agree with that.
My thing is, Rice put those numbers in an era where it was
running
the ball.
Yes.
So you can literally Rice haven't picked up a football in damn near over 20 years. Look at the records he set and look at the space between him and the number two. Still to this day, he has receiving yards, touchdowns. It's hard as hell to believe that a receiver has the most touchdowns in the NFL.
Crazy.
Thank you.
You would think a running back will have that. No, that belongs to Rice. And he did that in an era where they was running the ball. It wasn't like today. It wasn't even like during Randy Moss.
The quarterback dominance didn't really start. Yeah, I'm almost done. Let me just say this. The quarterback dominance didn't really start till after when Brady won his first ring. That's when people started picking up again the quarterback pocket passer presence with the O-line. After Brady won, because Brady was at anomaly the first year because he was a low draft, a last round pick, and unathletic. Didn't really see him for that. And then once Drew Bledsoe went down, they thought, okay, what is this kid gonna do? They saw what it was to have a quarterback that could be clutch, so everybody started going on that quarterback field trip. So,
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead and close us out then, Dante.
All right, yeah, we appreciate y'all guys. It's a great discussion tonight, man. Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. We'll holler at y'all next week, man. Black Man Work 1-on-1 Sports Show. We'll see y'all next week, man.
Yeah.
Peace. Thank you.
Peace out.
All right, people.